For generations, it's been part of Native American culture and ceremony. Smoke from the pipe. It is the visible breath of the participant and stands for truthful words, actions, and a truthful spirit. It is used sparingly and with respect. But changing times have brought a different kind of smoke to Native Americans. Today, tobacco use is often not part of a sacred ceremony. It is recreational, a violation of our culture and heritage. It brings disease, suffering, and untimely death. We are dedicated to stopping it, returning to the traditions of our ancestors, keeping tobacco sacred, remembering who we are. Tribes in Montana are a big part of this effort. We talk with them, learn from them, and rediscover the Indian culture, then educate all people about tobacco use through talk, the written word, and media.
My name is Richard Littlebear, and I am the president of Chief Dull Knife College. I quit smoking about 32 years ago, and I was up to smoking 2 packs a day, and probably more when I was drinking. But now I've quit for all those years, and yet I'm still feeling the effects of that. And I really wish I hadn't smoked. Originally, the use of tobacco and the use of other things that we used to smoke were just for traditional uses. They were not for use for just smoking indiscriminately. And I think that if we quit smoking, if we did not smoke, it would not only save us money, we could also maintain good health. And that way, we'd also have a better idea and know who we are as Cheyenne people.
My cousin had lung cancer. He would used to come to the house a lot, and my mom would say, "You better quit smoking, it's not good." And he would tell her, "I'm all right, Auntie. I started at a young age and I'm still okay today." And then pretty soon he came and he said, "Auntie, I need to show you something." And he brought the pictures of his lungs. The other side was just black, the other one was okay. And he said, "They're gonna do surgery and get rid of the bad one and I'll be all right. And I'll quit smoking then, Auntie." And they did the surgery, but it already spread to the other one. And when he came back, he said it had already spread to the other one, and there's nothing I can do. He said, "Surgery won't do any good." He said, "Even though I did chemo, it has gone too far." And eventually it got to his esophagus, and when he was still talking, he said, "I pray that all my kids won't smoke after seeing what I'm going through now." And that's mine too. I was telling her, I said, that's my prayer too. Is that
I stopped smoking 2 years ago to live long enough to know and love my great-grandchildren. Don't forget your grandfathers, grandmothers, uncles, and aunties.
The reason I quit smoking was because of my heart problems. I experienced the emergency room and heart surgery, so I went cold turkey from commercial tobacco so that my grandchildren will not feel the pain. We need to protect our health, our culture, our children, and ourselves. The time is now to honor our ancestors' sacrifices.
And what I want to say is tobacco was used in different ways in ceremonies and stuff they do. And we should not use it any other way too, because it destroys our lives. I know the advertisements are very enticing to the younger generation, but so don't use tobacco, the younger generation. Don't even think about it. Chanun peshni, chanun paghe, shi cha umpap shni.
Ni isin, ni is it what see. Aninin. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Clarina Brocky. I'm a Grovant, or Aaninin, white clay from the Fort Belknap Indian Reservation. I'm a traditional Indian woman, and I participate in ceremonies, and at which time I do smoke during maybe our sweats or our Sundance ceremonies or sings. For us, it's a real sacred item for us, tobacco. But sometimes tobacco is misused. I don't believe in smoking all the time because it affects our health in so many different ways. I just think that it should be kept for ceremonies, but we want to stay healthy as a people. So with that, I'd just like to leave with you. A in none, knock, B in hen. Thank you very much. Ija Hertz.
Commercial tobacco is not the Crow way.
I choose to be tobacco-free to honor not only my ancestors, but my children as well.
Honor your ancestors' sacrifices.
Honor our traditions, protect our house, our culture, our children.
I am the next generation. The time is now to honor our heritage.
Take care of yourself.
If you want to quit, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Brought to you by the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
My ancestors didn't survive and overcome numerous hardships.
For me to die from commercial tobacco.
Commercial tobacco is not the Crow way.
It is time to protect our health and our children and our people.
The time is now to honor our heritage.
Remember who you are.
If you want to quit, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Brought to you by the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
Our future lies in the hopes and dreams of our children.
But corporate tobacco threatens their well-being.
Secondhand smoke is full of dangerous, deadly chemicals.
Dishjigatala, Dalagush, Dishbabadush, Chigish Dishbabadush, Dishjigit Chekala. If you want to quit, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
That's 1-800-784-8669.
Brought to you by Montana DPHHS and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
Our future lies in the hopes and dreams of our children.
But corporate tobacco threatens their well-being.
It is our responsibility to protect them from addiction and exploitation.
Keep the air we breathe clean. Protect our next generation. Secondhand smoke kills.
If you want to quit, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
That's 1-800-784-8669.
Brought to you by Montana DPHHS and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
Ta estina uppnal tagen svanten quen quaus ne putin quenum sem.
My family didn't survive and overcome hardships.
For me to die from commercial tobacco.
Our health is much better off when we do not smoke.
We need to protect our health,
our culture, our children, and ourselves.
The time is now to honor our ancestors' sacrifices.
Remember who you are.
If you want to quit tobacco, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Brought to you by the Department of Public Health and Human Services and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
Our families didn't survive and overcome numerous hardships
so that I would die from commercial tobacco. We are the next generation.
We need to protect our health, our culture, and ourselves.
The time is now to honor our heritage
and honor our ancestors' sacrifices. Remember who you are.
If you want to quit tobacco, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Brought to you by the Department of Public Health and Human Services and the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act.
We hope that you all discover something that you can take home with you, remembering our culture, our knowledge, our suffering, and our heritage.
I would like to dedicate this in memory of my grandfather, whom I've never had a chance to meet, but feel like I knew, and I really wished I had. My grandfather was named Edison Rilbert. He was born October 16, 1929, and he died August 3, 1981. My grandfather died of lung cancer 6 months after being diagnosed. He was only 51 years old. Had it been today, he may have known the risks of smoking, and he may have had a longer life expectancy. The memories of my grandfather still remain alive in the legacy of his teachings and his missions in life. I say this because he instilled in his children the value and importance of culture, family, education, work, and respect for life, as well as having fun and expanding one's horizons. They in turn instilled these same values into the grandchildren, and we will do the same. In his short lifetime, my grandfather was a Whistling Water tribal chairman for the Crow tribe from 1966 to 1972 at the age of 37. He had a huge concern and investment in the Absalica people. On his headstone it reads, "Bitter experience has taught us that we must constantly be on guard to preserve our land. Our most important responsibility is to preserve our home, ourselves, and our children." This alone tells me how much he cared for others and for his family. My grandpa Edison was involved in some of the very things we still do as a family. All cultural activities and spiritual ceremonies, activities with horses, parades, celebrations, rodeos, powwows, and participation in sports, travel, and also caring for one another. I am told that he died at an early age. He accomplished a lot in his short lifetime, and he truly enjoyed life, and people all loved him. I believe that he would be very proud of my involvement in helping others, and especially in my advocacy for prevention of cancer. Grandpa, I miss you, and I love you, though we did not get to meet. I feel as though you are with me. Your granddaughter, Karis.